Right. Gewalt, are we yearning for Yerushalayim? And how special is it? We have a new guitar player in the house, Samson Gewaldic. And how beautiful is it that we have Aiden on and Donnie Sawson at the same time? I don't think it was planned, but they're together.
Recording in progress.
And Kobe.
Show your face, Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie, show your face. Donnie, show your face. Pretty weak. Pretty weak that Donnie's not showing his face.
Donnie, show your face, please. We're all waiting.
Donnie, show your face. Come on, show the face. Could be with the Eshkachech, but, show the Eshkachech as well. Oh, there's so much. Oh, Zai. Oh, Donnie. Donnie. Get up. Get up. Come on, this is unreal. Getting voice messages from Ezra Manes. This is a great day. This is a great day. So here's a new countdown because we're constantly renewing ourselves, right? So the countdown is obviously we have 4 days until Shabbos Kodesh. We have 47 days until Shavuos and 40 days until the celebrations of our souls, which is Yerushalayim. So there's a big, big stuff coming up. And we're going to start off with the Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael for Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Asar, Baruch Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dori Bas Chani Ucheved, Yonah Bas Basia, Shira Bas Basia, Sana Reuven ben Mani, and every Neshama in Klal Yisrael. Chaver, I hope everyone's Sdarim were amazing. Can't wait to hear all about it. And we're going to start off with a prayer on the counting of the Omer. We're on the third day. Gevaldik. Loving God, let us carry out the mitzvah of counting the Omer in holiness and purity, joyously and with all of our hearts. Let us fulfill the mitzvah in all of its details and fine points with the proper intentions and all the 613 mitzvos that are bound up with it. Through the mitzvah of counting the Omer, let us break and uproot the husk of Haman and Amalek and rid the world of it completely. Help us enter the Purim season and celebrate Purim with great joy. Let the radiance of Purim, the holiness of Mordechai and Esther shine upon us and our children and all your people, Israel. We all know Purim's every single day. Let us fulfill all the mitzvahs of Purim in holiness and purity joyously with all of our hearts. Put joy into our heart and let it spread to our hands and feet until we clap our hands and dance for joy and praise of your name. Bezrat Hashem. Continuing, halacha l'maisa, washing hands. We have two more halachos in this siman, and then we're moving on to siman gimel, which is putting on one's garments and proper bearing. Bezrat Hashem. So if one awakened and washed his hands while it was still night, as the halacha dictates, and then remained awake until daybreak, or if after awakening and washing his hands, he returned to sleep a second time while it was still night. Likewise, one who slept during the day for 60 breaths, which is approximately half an hour. Likewise, one who remained awake the entire night and did not sleep for 60 breaths. In all these cases, there's a question whether he must wash his hands or not. Therefore, he should wash his hands in the usual manner of the morning and Tiyasadayim 3 times each, in an alternating fashion, as described above, but he should not recite a blessing upon washing. This is if we're up the whole night. It's a question in the Chaver. If we're up all night, throughout the whole night, all-nighter, Shavuos, we don't make a bracha? Gewaldic. And also, I think if we take a nap for less than 30 minutes, we don't need to wash our hands without a bracha. But if we take a nap for more than 30 minutes, we have to wash our hands without a bracha. All right, so halacha l'maisa, halacha l'maisa. All right, moving on to Rabbi Nachman, Sicha 51. We're on part 3. This is one of the most, I guess, life-changing parts of the Sicha, parts of Rabbeinu. And this is very much connected to Pesach. This is very much connected to our lives in a very deep way. Rabbi Nachman says in part 3, it is not good to be old, whether an old chassid or an old tzaddik. You must remain young, renewing yourself each day and making a fresh start. Only one thing improves with age. The Gemara teaches that a pig becomes stronger as it grows older. I don't really understand that verse, that line from the Gemara in Shabbos. So if anyone here, I'm sure all you guys know it, then if you could explain to me, that would be great. But what we want to focus on right now, I can't wait to hear what everyone has to say, is about being new, is about being young, not being old, not being stale. And there's a story by Rav Levi Yitzhak of Berditchev. And he says, I could prove the Torah wrong. A person once came to Rav Levi Yitzhak of Berditchev and said, I could prove the Torah wrong. The Torah says that if we sin, we will be punished with deprivation. And I'm a profitable sinner, yet I am wealthy and happy. Replied Rav Levi Yitzhak of Berditchev. Now we have to open up our hearts. The only way you would have known what the Torah says is because you read Kriyas Shema. And if you read Kriyas Shema even only a single time, there are not riches enough in the world with which to reward you. Just one Kriyas Shema. One Kriyas Shema. And I think this Maisa is very much connected to being new, to being young. Right, Rabbi Nachman, if we're young, we have new eyes every single day. We're able to renew ourselves every single day, renew our avoda, renew the way we approach Hashem, serve Hashem. Everybody knows in the story of the simpleton and the sophisticate, the Chacham and the Tam. The Tam had one job. The one had one job. Wendy, I'm going to mute you for a second. And then I want you to mute yourself and just reveal yourself to the Olam. Right? The Tam was a shoemaker. And he was new. He was young every single day. The story states that he was a shoemaker, a simple shoemaker, and he would work really hard at his job. And the shoes that came out were triangular shoes. It wasn't like he was making regular shoes. Right? It seemed as if on the surface level, he wasn't good at his job. I mean, I don't know anyone here would want like triangular shoes. But Gaval, in the case of the Tam, showed up to work every single day with hitchachut, with being young, working like it was his first time working. And if we bring ourselves to the side of the Chacham, the sophisticate, which we could relate to being old, is someone who started a profession, started a job, and mastered it. Right? Seemed like he mastered it. And he would get bored. It becomes stale. There's nothing else for me to learn. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move jobs. I'm going to move countries. I'm going to travel from place to place, job to job, thinking that I'll be happy going to the next job, a better job, but then mastering it. But with the eyes of being young, we could show up to the same job every single day, the same shoemaking job every single day, and it could be new. We could wake up in the morning and say Moda'ani, like it's our first time saying Moda'ani. We could experience Shabbos, like it's our first time experiencing Shabbos. This is hard to be simple. It's hard, but at least we could try. At least we have this second. Right? We might think the opposite, right? It's very easy to be simple. It's very easy to be complex. It's very easy to be sophisticated. Right here, a lot of the tzaddikim, they love saying, I want to try to be simple. I try to be simple. Right? Rav Itchemeyer, right, said to a friend of mine that you shouldn't take a simple person's bracha lightly, referring to himself as a simple person. Being simple is a high level. Simple is Yitzchachus. Simple is being young. We all be zocha every second of the day. Even if we think we learned this Torah before, even if we think we put on tefillin before, we could have the eyes of being young, even for 1 second, even for 1 second, even for one Kriya Shema, says the Berditchever. And that is priceless. That is the most priceless thing in the world. Bezrat Hashem, questions, comments, please feel free.
It's over, no? Rabbis. Yeah. Everyone's there listening. And I had a chiddush a few weeks ago. If we're talking about a chadshut, I'll tell you a chiddush about chiddush. And I was sitting in the library in Ariel, and I saw the word briut. This person sitting next to me was learning about health and how to be a healthy person, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And I realized on the spot that the word briut, health, it comes from the word of bria. I don't know if I told this to anyone here, but the word briut comes from the word of bria, which means to create. And on the spot, I realized that the definition of a healthy person, healthy psychologically, healthy mentally, is his ability to renew himself or renew herself, to start from the beginning, to be able to say, okay, I just passed through this and this thing, and I want to be healthy, and I have to recuperate. The only way to recuperate is to say, okay, I'm past this. Now let's start again anew. That's the definition of a healthy person. You go to, let's say, for example, person, chas v'shalom, has some sort of surgery that is debilitating, that they have to sit in a bed, and eventually have to go through physical therapy or some type of therapy to get them back into the mode. They have to start again. Or when you wake up in the morning, you say, okay, today I want to be a healthy person. I have to look at it with the new eyes, because as Jack was saying, we have to take our old jobs that look as though they're the same and recognize that they're not the same whatsoever. We go in and we take, let's say we're taking a job. We have a job at the computer. It's a new code. It's a new putting on tefillin. It's new when we go into the army field. It's new when we come and write a paper about the communications. I don't know what the rest of the chavir is doing, but it's new when we wake up and say good morning to the wife at the chas and Rav Dani. Give out, but we should know that it's in order to be healthy. It's very important that we take care of our bodies, take care of our minds, and the way to do so is being able to recognize what it means to be a healthy person. And to recognize being a healthy person means to be able to yitchadshut and to restart again anew whenever the moment needs it. We should be healthy. We should be zocha to be healthy.
Amen, amen. Samson makes everything clear. Everything clear. Geschmack. Anyone else have anything to comment, questions, comments? Donnie's going to go to Sarah and be like, hi, I'm Donnie. What's your name? Mendy, you have anything to share? Kobe, Ami.
I have to say,
Itai.
I think we should make Itai speak.
Yo, what's going on?
Itai has so much to say. Has so much to say.
He has all the secrets. He actually has all the secrets.
Dude, I have so much more to say than you even than you know, but I also don't. You know when there's pressure put on you, you don't always know. You just forget.
Brother, it's indescribable. Everything's just indescribable. It's all good. It's all good that's indescribable. We know it's the highest level.
No, for sure.
Mendy, you have anything to share?
I hopped on at the end. I know you're speaking about the brothers, about the four brothers, and I don't know I heard an amazing chiddush from my uncle at the Seder this year on the evil son, and unfortunately I don't remember it, so I'm gonna have to come more prepared. I guess tomorrow night, God willing. Maybe I'll be able to share perhaps another insight if you allow me tomorrow night.
Oh, Baruch
God
Hashem.
willing.
Baruch Hashem. Oh, wow, Mendy, you're the best. This is Mendy in the army, feeling Torah. This is unbelievable. Davey last week was
Mendy is a good guy.
a good guy.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Shout out to Kobe Lindenbaum. He's a legend too. We need to hear him.
Man, Kobe's the best. Kobe's the best. I told Kobe.
Yo, Kobe, get on here right now. Oh my God, I haven't seen that kid in ages. Kobe, do it.
We're just
Look, Sadiqim. Modim Simcha.
we're just connecting bridges. We're connecting worlds. B'ezrat Hashem. Chaver, we should all be healthy, happy, and successful. And Moshe, before you leave, I should get back to if you're building bridges in Ariel, the whole thing. B'ezrat Hashem, I should say right now, but we'll do tomorrow. Be well, Chaver. Be well.
Be well, Chavra. Modim l'simcha.